I was this evening just joyfully interacting with nature when suddenly a bad omen came out of the sky.
Falar para todos que a gente não depende da religião ou de qualquer religião.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados, or should I say Leilani of the Psychic Network. So this guy, Thanos Theorem, who is being called the living Nostradamus, has given some predictions as to Meghan Markle's future, and it's not looking good. Okay, let's get into it.
Let's go.
Living Nostradamus makes chilling prediction about Meghan Markle's future. Meghan's show with Love Meghan, which follows her and famous friends in the kitchen as they prepare elaborate recipes and home decor, premiered last month. It was instantly met with negative reviews from critics, even before the episodes dropped. That's right, the trailer... Down in the comments of the trailer on YouTube, you already know there were overwhelmingly negative comments, but some of the most popular comments were just looking at the negative comments. Like, I paused this video at 7 seconds and read the comments for 2 hours. That's entertainment. Thank you, America. Another one, Netflix. We elevated with Love Meghan for our viewers by leaving the comments section open. Brilliant idea. It was madness. The launch of her company, as ever, was also plagued by problems, as some customers were left disappointed after their orders were cancelled due to overselling. Some customers, such as yours truly. But Salome claims to have gotten a glimpse into Meghan's future and said it looks like things aren't going to get any easier for her. Captain Obvious. He told the Daily Mail about his premonitions and said he sees a growing conflict between Meghan and Netflix that will eventually lead to them parting ways. More logistical setbacks for As Ever and a new wave of criticism that will ultimately threaten the brand's credibility. Meghan's image will face its harshest trial by the end of 2025. I foresee explosive revelations, he says, from former staff and estranged allies. He said. Criticism will reach a boiling point and Meghan in response will retreat from the spotlight throughout 2026. Oh my gosh, if only he's right. I really hope he's right. So Salome is a psychic who successfully predicted dozens of global events in 2024. He is 38 years old and he's from Brazil. Some of his predictions include his forecasting of the coronavirus pandemic, Queen Elizabeth II's death, and the Microsoft global outage. He also predicted Elon Musk's acquisition of X. What else did he predict? He said that a number of catastrophes, such as the emergence of new humans and the quick development of AI, would happen in 2025. He claimed that World War III would break out, girl. He emphasized that future battles may involve not only military troops, but also machines. He seems very fixated on war and cyber attacks and espionage and hacking and critical defense systems. I mean, he's very tapped in with that in his psychic powers. He also has seen genetically engineered humans with chips and technologies within them. Girl, I mean, it's a lot. This is definitely outside of my area of expertise. So let's get back to Meghan. So Meghan, he is saying, is probably going to return to acting because at the end of the day, she will not be able to do anything that she is currently trying to do. But this time her acting will be more like indie films and humanitarian stuff, and it will be on a smaller scale, not the big screen actress, big movie roles, but like, I don't know if your psychic powers told you this, and Thanos, what is his name? Athos? I don't know if you were told, but she never had big screen movie deals, acting roles ever. So even an indie film would be a step up from the cable mattress actress that she currently is. Anyways, even her podcast on Spotify, Confessions of a Female Flounder, you have to look at my last video on that. I did a whole review on her latest guest, her hairdresser. It's a doozy. You got to look at it. That has now slipped, I heard, out of the top 100 on Spotify. And even this Time 100 panel that she went on to be interviewed, where she talked about how happy she is.
But I think a confession for you today that I could very comfortably say is I'm the happiest that I've ever been.
And how well she's doing in her career.
Of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined getting here at this point. I would feel just so happy and grateful, and I really do.
Even the comments under that YouTube video are even worse than the ones for her Netflix trailer. And speaking of that Netflix trailer for her show with Love Meghan, did you hear what she said at the Time 100 interview, that how she got the show? She said she was like putting things in a container and Netflix was like, oh, there's a show here, girl. Is that what she's, what did she say?
I think just naturally, I was doing what I've always loved to do. And people couldn't see that more broadly, but what I'd love to do was always make things in my kitchen, do small flower arrangements, make a lot of jam. And when I was sending those as gifts, one day Bella said, there's a show here.
Well, if there's a show there, Netflix, what do you think this is? I even come with my troop of aves or bird-like figures. I don't need 80 people in a kitchen. I come with everything.
And on this show, it's a crew of 80 people, which also, when people said, why didn't you do it in your house? It's like, well, my kids are coming home for their nap, and 80 people in the kitchen isn't really...
Did you hear what she said? That is 80 people in the kitchen for that show with Love Meghan? Does anybody believe this is possible to have 80 people in a kitchen? I think, honestly, I don't know what this is called. Put down in the comments if you know what this is called. There's some kind of psychological problem that Meghan has where she's obsessed with excess. I know in the Caribbean we call it never see come see. It's like when somebody's never had anything and then they finally get it, well, they'll let you know when they got it. They're going to go super hyperbolic about it. It's always 20 million. Just add zeros to whatever it is. That's what Meghan is. But I wish there was some kind of psychological term to identify that, because clearly we know people like that, all of us do. But what is she talking about 80 people in a kitchen? I mean, what is going on in that kitchen that requires 80 people? Are they fully grown humans or are they Oompa Loompas? How can you have 80 people in a space of that size? It's just wild. She's like, that makes me important. I think that's what she thinks. It's like, oh, that makes me important then. It kind of just makes you vulgar to just add on wealth and excess to your life when it's not necessary. Makes you low class. But what that really made me think of is, what if Meghan was given none of that? What if she didn't have the 80 people? What if she didn't have the lights, camera, and action? What if Netflix said to Meghan, why don't you start a YouTube channel? See how it goes. See what your comments look like. See what your analytics look like. And then we'll see if we want to put you on Netflix. What if Netflix had done that to her? Do you think that she would have a show today? If her getting a Netflix show hinged on her success on YouTube, do you think Meghan Markle would have been in our face today? Put down in the comments what you think, because I think that's actually the future for Netflix. I think Netflix is going to, what am I predicting the future now? What am I doing? Sorry, Thanos, Pythagorean Theorem. Sorry, I have a prediction. I think that is what Netflix is going to use to sever ties with Meghan. They're going to say, look at how your online presence is. Look at how you can't even put up comments on your own personal Instagram. Look at how you want us to remove the comments section of our YouTube video. Look at how your Time 100 comment section looks like. I mean, I think we're going to have to cut ties with you because you were unlikable. I think Netflix is also going to say, and we're also sick of you with this whole as ever product line. She's not successful and she's not producing the goods that they need to sell, because, you know, they're involved in her as ever. They had to take it up from her because otherwise she was going to get sued out of this entire universe for all the faux pas she made. I think they're going to say, like, we've tried everything we can try and you are not marketable. Ted Sarandos has stood up on the top of mountains and across rivers and said, you know, Meghan is something special. There's something there. I think he's going to have to go back on those words and say, no. And even if they try to corral her and say, okay, you're only going to do these projects with Netflix, don't go out into public, don't jump out of cars and push people out the way and talk about how, you know, just don't do the cringe things, the unlikable things that you do. So that means don't open your mouth and just do what we tell you to do on the Netflix show, and we'll see where it goes from there. They can't stop her. She's so addicted to fame. She's so hyper focused on people focusing on her that she can't even interview somebody without interviewing herself. So there's no way that she's controllable as a talent, and they're going to eventually have to find a way to get rid of her out of their lives because they're losing credibility every day. And speaking of losing credibility, Time 100 has been criticized endlessly for even having Meghan up on that stage. One of the things Meghan kept harping on, as usual, was community.
Also just people wanting to reconnect with each other really wanting to have a sense of community.
Does anyone else think that Meghan's focus on community comes from her realization that no one likes her? So if she keeps forcing people to interact with her, she can stay in denial? Okay, short question. Is Meghan in denial?
When I am able to not even just tune out whatever that noise is, to really not give it any credence, that has become so much a part of my day-to-day life. And things will get brought to my attention on a need-to-know basis. Outside of that, I'm kind of late on the boat for a lot of things going on.
I think Meghan is also realizing that her downfall is nigh because she has been putting up children pictures left, right, and center. She keeps taking the back of the children's red hair. Nobody cares. Meghan, nobody actually cares. I know you're trying to tell people that they care, and that's why you're doing the back of their heads, because you're like, everyone wants to know what my kids' faces look like. Do you realize that nobody's asked what your kids' faces look like, Meghan? The only thing people have been asking is for their birth certificates and for confirmation that they were born of your body so that they could be in the line of succession. That's what people have been asking for. They don't care what the face of your children look like. So if you are using that to save your career when everything hits really rock bottom, as Thanos predicted, why can't I get this man's name right? Athos, as Athos predicted. When that time comes, your children's faces are not going to save you. Speaking of faces, Athos's face is giving very much Omid Scobie if he was chattified or Ken Dollified. I think that Omid went to Brazil to get work done. By the way, has anyone heard that Omid Scobie got a big movie deal in Hollywood? Yes, he is doing a film loosely based on Meghan, talking about how she saved some duke. It's all fictional, but it's just, that's his world. That's his obsession. Meghan. I'm definitely going to watch that film. I'm not going to do any more predictions because we have the real psychic here, Athos. But I'm going to watch it because I think it's going to be very low budget. And I'd love to see that. And I also think it's going to be very creepy because it's going to be super obsessive about Meghan. And we might even see something in that film, like some secret, because he's a petty bitch, okay? Omid is a petty bitch. And Meghan has really not been associating herself with him. So I think this might be a little bit of a grudge clap back to Meghan. And we might actually see in that film some secrets come out that tell us a little bit more about his ex-best friend, Meghan Markle. Now, I have a request of my own in this video. I would like to ask Athos Salome to give me a reading on whether Oprah Winfrey and Meghan Markle will ever be sued by the royal family. I want to know if the royal family will ever receive any remedy for the lies that Meghan sat upon Oprah and did. I want to know if Catherine will have any remedy from all the hate that Meghan produced for her by talking about, Catherine made me cry, and I was like, I had to get an apology. All those lies, and that William had to then go to a school where he was doing his public service surrounded by black people, and then the press was out there talking about.
And can you just let me know, is the royal family a racist family, sir?
No, we're very much not a racist family.
I want to know what remedy there is for the royal family. Why Meghan is out here in public is because of the lies she told on Oprah, and Oprah platformed her. And I want to know if there will ever be a lawsuit where sue Oprah for all she's worth, sue Meghan for whatever money is left over from Harry's estate. I want them to have some remedy. This is insane. This woman is literally out here because she lied to the public. She gave no proof. And you cannot do that. You cannot be tried in the court of public opinion without any kind of proof. And now you have a career going on stages and saying, I'm joyful and I'm joyous. So yeah, is there any way that she's going to have to pay for her mistakes? Maybe I'm asking for a lot, Athos, but you have been predicting a lot of stuff in your life. I mean, when I tell you, this man has predicted all kinds of technical thing and thing. Some of them haven't even happened yet. Things that I cannot even understand. But cyber and all kind of thing. Please put down in the comments what you think of this video. And I love you so much, and you know that. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell notification so you know when I'm coming out with my next video. I think a lot of people missed my last video because you didn't have the bell notifications on, okay? All right, love you. Bye.
Bye.